Hi guys, in this big video we will be looking at healthy, wealthy and wise. We really need all three, but healthy, we could really work on it. Wealthy, we have to work extra hard on it. And the wisdom, guys, we need to ask God for it. In this big video we will be looking at how I apply these three very important steps. Say for instance in the last 2 weeks, especially the last week. So let's go. Hello, my name is Paula Simon, a believer who 25 plus years ago made a decision that changed my life, strengthened my faith, which led to a closer walk with God. On this platform, I encourage women to be more proactive in their lives and embrace changes one step at a time. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're returning guest or subscriber, welcome also. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button so YouTube will let you know when a new video is being uploaded. As I said in the introduction, we'll be looking at healthy, wealthy, and wise. Guys, I'm so much focusing on the healthy part. The wealthy part, it'll take, let me see, but 2 years of video. And the wisdom, all I could tell you guys is that we have to lean on God. As you know, in the last year, it has been a challenge all over the world. And our health, our mental health has been taxed. Our mental health has been really tested, as I hinted or talked about in last week's video. And in fact, we're still into National Stress Awareness Month. In this whole COVID situation is that persons realize that a lot of things that you might have been so busy running around trying to do with in your life, that you were forced to keep still. And when you keep still, then you start taking note of things that you were not paying so much attention to. As times we say we're so busy, and I could remember my friend David said that busy, the acronym for busy is being on the Satan yoke. And really and truly, if you look at it, as you so busy trying to multitask and do a whole lot of stuff, a lot of important things could be left on the back burner, and in fact not even on the stove period, because you're so busy. But because of the last year, we were forced to sit still. All the meetings and the organizations and everything that we were so taken up with came to a standstill. And in some cases, it is still the same way. So our health then became so important, because as the numbers keep rising and people start dying, they start pointing out that persons with health challenges are more perceptive to the disease or will fall prey to death and sickness. It is always known and it is always being advised, but COVID bring it right in our face. There was no way we could excuse it. For myself, I go to the doctor like for my regular checkup, which the insurance company will keep reminding me of. And guys, I will go every year, and some things they might tell me to do, I will do part of it, and then some I don't do. Like for instance, the last time I went to the doctor said, okay, my potassium level is low. So she prescribed some potassium pills she said I could use, along with bananas and things like that. I started drinking the potassium. You had to drink it with water, which I didn't remember it. So it was during it, I wasn't really drinking it. The COVID made me start thinking about all of that. So this year, I said I will be more proactive. As doctor's appointments open and it became a little bit more easier to see the doctor. And even so, guys, is that I made my annual appointment. We're in May. I made it at the end of March. There was no opening until May. I would say, is there anything earlier? No. Thursday was the earliest date that they had, because everything is back up, and you know the scheduling is not like before. You can have 10 and 12 people in the office waiting and all that good stuff. So I choose this year to be more proactive. So in the last week, not only that I went to get my annual checkup, but I also went to see the doctor and I scheduled my colonoscopy. That one was quick because I went to the doctor on Monday and he said, oh, well, we'll see you on Friday. And I was waiting to hear the date of this Friday. Perhaps it might be sometime in June. He said, no, the 23rd. I said, so quick? He said, yes, there was an opening. So on Friday, guys, I went and got my colonoscopy done. Anyone who had a colonoscopy know the day before is the worst day of the entire thing, because there's the day you can't eat, you could only have clear liquids, nothing with color, you can't have fruit juice with any pulp, and I love my orange juice with pulp, so I had to strain my orange juice. If you have a bad headache or anything, you can't use any aspirin, you can't do this, you can't do the other, only if you're on medication, but then you're allowed to use the medication. And then you had to go and get this nasty tasting stuff to drink. And then the hours they tell you must wake up to drink the next one, like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. That is the worst part of the whole colonoscopy stuff. Is the day before preparing your body for it. But guys, I went, I swallowed the nasty stuff. I drank whole lot of tea the day before. My stomach was hurting because I was hungry. I can't eat crackers, you can't eat cake, you can't have any cream, you can't have any dairy, everything you can't eat in preparation. And I went Friday, went through there, I checked into the hospital, they had to be there for 7. I was out about 10:30. I woke up from the operation, not the surgery, the operation, the test at 9:45. About 10:30, 10:45 I was out. But guys, there's one I want to tell us about it, that we have to sometimes be uncomfortable. We have to look at the big picture. And our health is very, very important. And as you get older, as I always say, I have no qualms talking about my age. I'm heading to 60. I'm 57 in December. I will be 58 years old. As you get older, regardless of how you look and how you feel, and you feel that you're still in your 40s, no, your body is not in the 40s. Your body is in the 50s or 60s. It might be looking like that. It might be looking like that. Doctor might say, oh, in comparison with someone your age, you're healthy and all of that. But that body is a 60-year-old body, a 57-year-old body, a 70-year-old body. It is that age. And we have to think different. And especially us as women who invest all our time and energy in everybody else health, and you're telling the children what to eat, and you're checking on the husband if you have a husband or your spouse, and they're supposed to do this, and yet still we're not doing what's right for ourselves. So this is what we need to do, is take care of ourselves. This is our biggest investment. Regardless of how much money you could have in the bank account, your stock portfolio will be up. You have Apple stock, Tesla, whatever you have, and you are unhealthy, you cannot enjoy that money. And wisdom tells us is that we have to think differently. Things will be uncomfortable. You might not want to do this, somebody telling you that, this, you're going under anesthetic for you to get the colonoscopy. It is not comfortable. But what I know for certain, seeing from persons that I dealt with, and brief times that I was not well, being sick is not comfortable. Being in a position where you cannot make decisions for yourself and you have to depend on someone, it is not a good position to be in. So if you're operating in wisdom, look on the long term. This momentarily discomfort, you're going to get over it, because the results of not going through the discomfort now is not so good. So we have to do it. Come Friday, I will be going for my second vaccination for the COVID. I know there's another thing. People don't trust the vaccine. They don't know it's this. You know what? We shouldn't be trusting too. All the medications you might be taking. Blood pressure, your diabetes, you got arthritis, you got all of these medication. You have the blood pressure, you went for one medication, It don't working good. They give you another one to strengthen the dose, to lower the dose. We don't know what's in that medication. And guys, and if you're concerned about you being targeted with the COVID, anybody want to target you, they could target you easily and quickly with your medication. Because you know exactly where you're going, who's your doctor, you know the age, your weight, everything about you. In the case of the COVID, and based on your age, they say you're eligible, and then you just go to anywhere that is given the vaccine. And based upon how the vaccine is going out and based upon the personnel and all that, I don't think they got time to trace whether you come in and whether they want to target you. If you're concerned about being targeted, look at the medication that you're signing up for every month and you're taking, right? So we have to operate in wisdom. I look at the COVID vaccine as this. It is not the cure. It is a prevention. Just like if you're a driver, you put on your seatbelt. What the seatbelt does, it mitigates the damage that an accident could create to your body. It might save your face from going through the windscreen. It can't stop the car from getting in an accident. It can't stop the person who might drive into the back of you while you're at a stoplight. And what the seatbelt does is that it keeps you from getting more hurt. It might even save your life. That is what the vaccine will do. You might still get the COVID, but you know what? It might not get a chance to create havoc on your system. Guys, again, I know it's been said all along and no one could tell anyone what to do. But if we're being proactive, if we say we're being bold, you have to operate in caution, but also operate in wisdom and basic common sense. Wisdom and basic common sense is that you have to look at the long-term effect of it and how much you want to or don't want it to affect your life. So for me, I went and get my first one. It was easy. I'm telling you, I get it on my right arm. This left arm is hurting me since last year, March, when I got my second shingles vaccine. It is still tender at some spots. This right arm, nothing at all. I don't know what will happen when I go on Friday, on Thursday, to get the second one, if there will be any side effects. But I'm prepared for it. And I'm also prepared to go through whatever side effects in preparation for the bigger picture. So last week was very interesting, and then this week we'll continue with my vaccine at Thursday. And I'm so excited that I'm actually doing things that is going to better me. And I'm so excited that I'm investing time and energy in my health. Because if I don't do it for me, no one else could do it. And I'm telling you, I could have all the money in Swiss and I'm sick. Okay, and get more medical attention and more doctors probing me here. I might get a nicer hospital room, but you know what? I'm still sick, right? So along with all the wealth, I know the place is opening back. People can start going back to work, and who knows, you can start collecting all your different shifts and get back your other 2 jobs or whatever you do. With all the running around trying to accumulate wealth, remember, because I'm certain all of us is aware of it. Our greatest investment is in our body and our walk with our Father. Our spiritual health is so important, because if we have the spiritual health in the times when we behaving silly and not thinking right with body, the Holy Spirit will nudge us into doing right. So guys, I hope you had a good week. I hope I didn't sound like I'm preaching. Let me be honest. I was preaching, telling people what to do. But it's important, and I'm sharing my view. Let me know in the column below if you had your COVID vaccine. What if you ever had a colonoscopy? How nice was the preparation the day before colonoscopy? What trick you used to make you don't feel like wanting to puke? And guys, have a blessing. We'll see you next Monday. Take care. And remember, God loves you.